Yes, so in Aptivio, I'm the VP of People and Chief of Staff, which means I tend to interact with everyone within the organization, but also attract new talent. Within my role, I tend to really be the face of the company when it comes to recruiting, interviewing candidates across positions, across countries. So we have a revenue team here in New York where we attract sales, yes, marketing roles, and then our product team in Lisbon, in Portugal, where we have our dev team, our technical ops team, and we keep adding employees. So my role is really to build a solid, talented team to help us achieve our goals and scale up as we are entering the Series A world. I think for the perspective of employee, it has some pros and cons. The pros is a feeling of I'm grateful I'm in startups and I can see myself being very useful in the team. So feeling that, I won't just be laid off for no reason just because we need to cut costs. So it's more of a reinforcement of you chose the right path, kind of. But it's also definitely causing fear and anxiety because these employees have friends that had been laid off and now they're getting pressure of being asked, hey, does your company hire? Or in general, the ability for them to hang out with their friends, for instance, that have been laid off is causing, definitely depression to a certain extent and also uncertainty overall. So when you are into the HR space, you have the responsibility to also bring up that morale up within the hours of work, of course, but also after, like checking in, making sure that people have a clear head to work and be productive, but also that they feel good with themselves. So I spent a lot of time actually on one-on-ones with various employees, and I hear this a lot, like how they get affected by the environment they're in. It could be like a sibling, it could be someone in their family. So even if you haven't been laid off on your own, there's definitely lots of environmental factors outside of you that are affecting the way you work. And I think empathy is key, like to create an environment where people feel like it's okay to take a personal day off or just discuss uncomfortable topics and feel that they're supported towards their own career development. So yeah, I think no matter the industry, that someone is in, even if it's not in tech, they've heard of the massive layoffs and they're thinking of how now that affects their recruiting strategy. Because if you're a startup and you can't guarantee that you'll have payroll to pay forever, that is very hard as a claim to make. Join our startup because we have like higher salaries or benefits or things like that. So it has changed the thing a lot also how employees approach an interview. Like they want to make sure they feel secure when they enter because they went through a traumatic experience if they experience layoff. So they want to be reassured. And that makes hiring for pre-seed or seed in particular challenging. It's extremely important that when you make any type of change within a company, especially such a big one, that you take care of who stayed a lot and you are very transparent in communicating. For instance, with us, when we discuss like hiring for the next months and there is a change, like a new role was created or a new need arose, we're always discussing this in our monthly company updates and our weekly calls with employees, because that involvement makes them even more dedicated and motivated to produce high quality work. So I would say keep an open mind. Even if you've been in this industry for like 20 years, things are changing super fast. The way to find talent, as I said earlier, is not just through LinkedIn. So there's a ton of recruiting agents like yourself, which are doing a great job and helping you get your name out there, find the hidden talent, because it's out there. They just not always come to you. And especially now, big companies that have this notion of laying off very easily, they won't be able to attract the same rate of talent they did before. So competition is fierce, and I think companies that have super interesting projects going on will be the ones that attract the best talent, because employees and don't just care about salaries anymore. They want to feel part of a good mission and an interesting roadmap. So highlighting that on websites, but in general, like wherever you go, I think will be key. So just thinking of how to switch up, I would say the value prop of the company will be important. And collaborating. People are now posting job descriptions on Slack channels. Information is everywhere. So the more people you get to amplify your message, like organizations, like career development communities, I think the better your outcomes will be. Respect. And respect can be just a respectful conversation in terms of, okay, we disagree, but this is why, and we're not diminishing anyone. But it can be also asking people for their opinions, their feedback, empowering them to give us basically their suggestions. It could be a respect if you need some time off. I won't be offended, if you didn't join a meeting because you needed to relax from a difficult day. So respect can mean a lot of things, but employees can easily understand if leadership respects them or not. And I think back to the loyalty, like the more they feel that respect, the more they will want to do better and provide better results for the company in general.